tātou e te iwi, nau mai hara mai ki tō tātou, nei tau mai hiki mai tai o Aotearoa, the New Zealand Secondary Schools Weightlifting Championships. I'm sitting here, my name is Kevo Tapa with Megan Signal.
For our athletes for our first session for today, for New Zealand Secondary Schools. Woo! Yeah! Let's go! Let's go!
Here are the names who will be competing in our first session
number 16,
this morning.
From Ron County College, Kami Oosthuizen.
Kami Oosthuizen.
Number 1, from Community College, Lauren Harvey.
And we have Lauren Harvey.
And number 2, from Waikato Diocese School for Girls, Gemma Spice.
Big round of applause for Gemma Spice.
And number 4, from Lincoln High School, Miranda Kelly.
Miranda Kelly.
And then number 10, from ACG Parnell College, Sienna Goldstone.
Sienna Goldstone. We've got a big hype crew here today that are here to support all the wahine today.
Morton High School, Kaya Walker Grace Gray. Coming in at number 5, from Kingsway School, Neva McNair. Coming in at number 8, from Kingsway School, Georgia Theron.
Georgia Theron with a big support there today.
Coming in at number 11 is your guest lifter, Olivia Salamaya.
Olivia Salamaya.
Coming in at number 12, from ACG College, Madeline
ACG
Agnew.
Strathland represent Madeline Agnew.
Coming in at number 13, from Waikato Diocese School for Girls, Lily Paris.
We've got Lily Paris along with the next few names who will be all from Waikato Diocesan School for Girls.
School for Girls, Kari Foot.
Kari Foot.
And number 7, also from Waikato Diocesan School for Girls, Lauren Barrett.
Another Waikato girl, Lauren Barrett.
And number 9, also from Waikato Diocesan School for Girls, Petra Pratt Rick.
Petra, the last girl from Waikato to compete in this first session.
At number 14, from Rangitoto College, Isabel Glybell.
And Te Raki Pai's representation today through the form of Isabel Glybell. Ka pai e te iwi, all the girls are walking back to the warm-up area. At times this can be quite a tough place to walk into with all the competition nerves, which Megan knows so well. I'm lucky to be sitting right next in the midst of an Olympian today, e te whānau, so we're going to get some more commentary from her throughout the day and every now and then, which is not busy coaching some of the girls. And here we have the officials at te whānau.
Your referees for this session. On my right is the handsome Paul.
Our first judge
In the
is
middle,
Paul.
we have the lovely Odette.
Odette.
And in the other breath, we got we got Lynn.
We've got Lynn.
And our lovely marshal for this session is Paul. Ladies and gentlemen, our officials for this session for today. For this session.
Now, like we know with all of these big sports, the officials make up such a big part of this. They help officiate, but they help run and create a fun time, safe time for all of our athletes that are competing today.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got 10 minutes to lift off. 10 minutes to lift off.
Ka pai e te iwi, on the screen you can see the list of names. We've got a star-studded pack. I would say watch out in the future for these ladies in future weightlifting gyms and future weightlifting meets. We've got a big crew today. This is a mixed session. I've just learned what the word mix means in Olympic weightlifting. That means we've got mixed weight categories.
Kia ora tātou, kia ora Cam. It's good to be sitting here in Tamaki Makaurau today. My name is Megan and I will be helping Kim out in this first session. Just to explain what you're seeing at the moment is just a 10-minute break between the presentation of the athletes and the first lifter coming out. As Cam mentioned, we've got a mixed session today, so we've got a range of different weight categories. These are all our over 15 lifters for the weekend. A couple of mentions in this weight class as we have Olivia Selemaya, who is lifting as a guest today, so her total will not count towards the overall ranking of this competition. However, Olivia is flying out to Saudi Arabia tomorrow for the Senior World Champs. So we will just see her put on a show today as a warm-up for her World Championships.
Kia ora i te iwi. We are now going to go to a short break. Yeah.
Catch the next-gen sports superstars.
He's very, very strong.
All power, all action, all drama. Stream it live, ad-free from our secondary school's winter tournament. Subscribe now to Māori Active.
This isn't about printing. It's about better results with over 90 offices right across the country in residential, commercial and rural.
Funding is a real challenge. We know that a lot of schools face that ongoing, and the reality is if you go to a lower decile school in New Zealand, you are less likely to be able to afford to participate in sport.
Obviously, having come through it myself with kids and being one of those kids myself who played sport, I know how much it defined who I was. And now being able to go, I can't fix it all, but we can help and try and give to those people who are going through really tough times. It's a real privilege, but for us, we want to see others getting involved in this. This is not a selfish thing for Apollo. This is about how can we get, whether it's construction or other businesses, to get involved in this.
There's a lot of things that kids miss out on, and so to have businesses step up and want to be involved and to help is a game changer for schools. It really is.
Whoops, running on empty? Enjoy a 6 cents per litre fuel discount at your local Caltex with Pumped every day. Feels good, eh? Get it at any participating Caltex.
From us, it's a huge thank you to New Zealand Carbon Farming. The opportunities and the sponsorship that's been provided is pretty crucial for our school.
We're buying new volleyball gear, so volleyball nets, balls, and the stands to attach the volleyball nets to the floor. Volleyball is a very popular sport. Kids find it to be fun.
We'd just like to thank you from Tauranga New High School. See.
This isn't an ad about four-wheel drives. It's about knowing the place, as well as the locals.
You found the place. That's a good start. Built by my great-grandfather 20 years ago.
No time to fluff around today? No worries. Just swing into Caltex and pay for fuel with Pay an App to speed on through. Ooh, yeah. Feels good. Use it at your local participating Caltex.
Ka pai, nau mai hoki mai e te iwi ki te taumā heke mai tai o Aotearoa o ngā kura tuarua. Welcome back to the New Zealand Secondary Schools Weightlifting Championships today. We've got an exciting meet-up ahead. In the previous showcase, if you want to reverse the live stream, you'll hear the reading out of all of the athletes, so you can get an idea, but I would say stay tuned. We've got the mixed weight category here with the over 15 girls lifting shortly.
That's correct. So we have a mix of our youth over 15 female 49 kilo category, 55 kilo category, 59, 64, 71 And if you look on your screen, you can see who is lifting in what. Just a note, we have Olivia Selemaya, who's lifting as a guest, so her total will not count towards the overall ranking. However, she is using this as a warm-up for her Senior World Championships, which she flies off to in Saudi Arabia tomorrow.
And that's exciting. For those of you who don't know much about weightlifting, yes, it can take you places. We've got a great example here with our guest lifter who's going overseas shortly. And I'm glad you drew light on that, because you yourself, you've travelled with weightlifting. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the nerves that might be going on in the warm-up area, Megan?
Yeah, I definitely think this is the time where the nerves start to kick in. Once you're halfway through the warm-up, you find your flow, you've got your rhythm, you're having fun. Starting off, I think it's a little bit scary, especially for these younger lifters, and for a lot of them this is their first secondary school championships or their first championships. The warm-up room's looking pretty crowded. This is a big session, so they'll be finding where to look, where to sit, all of those things that contribute to the nerves. But I think we're about to see some young wahine come out onto the platform and light up pretty soon.
Kia ora. Kia ora. I can see some of the lifters in the back. They're all getting nicely warmed up. I'm excited for the competition aspect, Megan. Can you tell us a little bit about how the weight stacking works?
Yeah, so the bar will increase in order of weights attempted. So our lightest first opening attempt will come out first, and then out the back the coach is making decisions as to whether or not their lifters should go up, whether they should take the lift that they've written down, all to try and get them their best result with their highest total overall. So we'll see a lifter come out when their name is called. We'll then see them have 1 minute to complete the lift, and then there will be a second lifter called, which will come out straight after them. If the lifter is following themselves in attempts, they will have a 2-minute break between attempts.
Kapai, thanks for the explanation. This is good. This is all stuff I'm learning. So we're on this journey together today out at the Colmar Sports Centre out in Papatoetoe, the mighty south. You will see on the screen there's going to be some of the plate stackers now. So they're stacking the weights, and we're getting ready for our first lifter to come out onto the platform and lift her weights.
So thank you, Pat, for your contribution for this sport.
Now the awesome thing about today's weightlifting match is that you'll notice there's actually a massive crowd here. I would say there's in excess of 50, 60 people. Don't quote me on that. But there's a massive crowd here, not including the athletes and the coaches. Now, why that's exciting is, unlike team sports where you get all of that multiplying of different people here, yeah, you can see that there's a massive supporting, and the sport must be growing, Megan, yeah?
Oh, absolutely. This has been a crazy 2-3 years of growth within weightlifting. 2 areas that we've seen the most growth in is our wahine. The competition today is almost 50-50 split of entrants of male and female, and we've also seen, as you can see on the screen right now, the secondary schools category growing significantly. So our youth and our junior, which is really great to see, because when I came into the sport 10 years ago or so, there was probably a handful of people at a national championships. Now we're at a secondary school championships.
Now we have our first lifter, Gemma Spice, and she's got 22 kilos on the bar.
Oh, that was beautiful. Easy first attempt for Gemma. And 3 white lights. Yep, 3 white lights for Gemma. First one in the bag, that'll help with the nerves.
And if you would have just seen the biggest high five in New Zealand right then between her coach Gabrielle Peach and herself, Kami.
So after every lift, the bar automatically gets increased by 1 kilo, but then the coach may change that up.
23 kg remain on the bar, and the call.
So that's why you'll see the call for Gemma's second snatch at 23, but we are expecting Gabrielle to put that up, which will maybe move the call to a different lifter.
Gemma gets 2 minutes on the clock.
Because she's following herself, there's a 2-minute break between her attempts. For anyone who's watching who hasn't watched weightlifting before, there are 2 lifts. The first lift that you're seeing is the snatch, which is when the bar is moved from the ground to overhead in one movement. And then in the second half of the competition, you'll see the clean and jerk where it moves to the shoulders and then overhead. Their highest total will be added together, and that will give them their ranking in their weight class.
Kapai, and we've got a new word today, Te Iwi. It's called hikitahi. Hikitahi is the Māori word for snatch. Now, if you type that into māoridictionary.co.nz, that's what's going to come up for snatch. So if you hear the word hikitahi today, just know that I'm talking about the snatch.
Off the clock, loaders, can we have 24 kgs on the bar, please? The call remains on Gemma for her second attempt.
We've got a strong group of loaders today who are ensuring the utmost, highest quality is upkept and the standards are held high. Here we go, we have Kami coming up to the platform again. Oh, Gemma Spice, Mōtaku here.
Another beautiful attempt for Gemma.
So for your lift to count, you have to have 2 white lights. Gemma Spice, for both of her lifts, managed to get 3 both times. So I'm guessing that's a really convincing lift, Megan.
You're correct. I think it shows the calibre of coaching from Gabby, who has a large contingent here from Papatoetoe. And just that technical help from their coaches means that they can go out on the platform and do these lifts with confidence. 3 lights, white lights is definitely what we want to see all day today.
Next up, lifting, we have Kara's foot.
And that's another beautifully, technically sound lift. 3 white lights, no problem there for Karis.
25 kgs remain on the bar, and the call is on Lauren for her first attempt. Bars loaded, clock has started.
Next up we have Lauren Berg, again competing out of Waikato-Taio. We had a very convincing 26 kilo attempt.
25 kgs remain on the bar. This will call on Gemma for her third and final attempt. Bars loaded. Clock has started. So give her some support here for Gemma's.
Gemma's about to complete her final snatch attempt in our New Zealand secondary school champs.
Gemma wants more.
Actually, I take that back. Gemma has made the bold decision to go up an extra kilo. She was at 25 kilos Etefano, and she has moved up to 26 kilograms. Taking the platform with confidence, we have Gemma Spice on her last attempt.
I think that might have been her best lift. That was beautiful.
That's so good. She's got a smile as wide as the Grand Canyon. The coaches must be so proud. That wasn't a high five, that was a high 10. That was a high 10. We had both hands in the air. And so what happens now between now and the clean and jerk? Does she just wait and...
So Gemma will have probably, I would say, a good hour before she needs to start warming up, so she can go and relax, eat some kai, chill out, and then come back for her warm-up. And I would say, given that there are a few other lifters from Waikato, she might just come back in and support her sisters.
Do you have any favourite snacks that you have in between lifts and on comp day?
My go-to, I think, was like dried mango.
Dried mango.
Yeah, do you like dried mango? It's just pure sugar, pure energy. That's all you need at this point in the time of the competition.
We have a big round of applause for Midiana Kelly, who's about to attempt 28 kilos. We have 3 white lights, 2 hands for a high 10. Next up we have Kaya Walker Grace Gray, and she's about to attempt 28 kilos. All the way from Hill Morton High School.
This is Kaya's first secondary school championships. That's a beautifully sound lift.
28 kgs remain on the bar, and this will bring out Lily for her first attempt.
Next up we have Lily for her first attempt, again out of the famous Waikato Taio. Today we've got 5 lifters in this meet alone that are all competing out of Waikato. There must be something in the Waikato water or the Waikato river that brings them to weightlifting.
So we had a total of 17 entrants from Waikato Dio, led by Gabby Peach, who's been a part of Weightlifting New Zealand for quite a few years now. She's put a big effort into growing the sport down there, which we love to see. It was a very delayed down signal, poor girl. 2 white lights, that's all she needs.
So when they do the snatch etefano, they make the lift and they have to hold it over their head until they get what they call as a down signal, which is just a big alarm that goes and makes a funny noise, so the athletes know that they can put it and set it down on the ground. Next up we have Lauren. With a very, very strong lift, waiting on the lights. 1, 2, and 3 white lights. Oh, and we've got the high five. Just the humble high five after this one.
I love seeing this too, Cam, because At this level, for a lot of their first championships, it's all about making sure they get out and have some confidence. So the coaches out the back are making some good calls and so that the girls can get their first lift. And actually not even at this level, at any level, you want your first lift to be banked. You want to be confident that you can get it. You don't want to be missing your first lift. I've done that a few times and it can spiral from there. So for today, what we want to see on the platform with all these young wahine is we want to see them get out there, get confident, have some fun, execute some technically sound lifts, and then see what happens from here, which is what we're seeing so far, and I love it.
kgs on the bar, please. And this will bring out Isabel for her first attempt.
We've got Isabel competing out of Te Raki Pai Whenua, Rangitoto College, represent.
Stop the clock.
Now, what you can't see at the whānau is I've got a screen here with all of the names and all of the weights that are currently going up, whether it's green or red. Now, the awesome thing about it is there's a massive shift and shuffling going on, which means that a competition is very much happening right before our eyes. I wish you guys could feel how warm it is in here. It is a big space. Picture 2 rugby fields lengthways. Oh, 1, sorry. And all the chairs are filled and they're starting to fill up at the back. Next we've got Mediana Kelly. The line has been set and she's got the 3 white lights. Congratulations.
30 kgs remain on the bar, and the call will be on Kaya for her second attempt.
And we've got Kaya Walker-Grace Gray, who will be doing her second attempt at 30 kilos for her hiki tahi. Kara whiua e hoa, kara whiua. Another strong lift from another strong lifter. 3 white lights.
Call is on Harris for her third and final attempt.
Kapai. Next up we have Karis, and she's doing her final attempt at 30 kilograms. You might be wondering what she's putting on her hands. In the corner there's a chalk bucket. The chalk bucket helps out with the grip. And that was a no lift.
2 from 3.
That was 2 red lights and 1 white light. But great attempt.
Motu, can we have 31 kgs on the bar, please? This will bring out Lauren for her third and final attempt.
Now next up we have Lauren for her third and final attempt. Lauren has had 2 successful lifts up until now of 25 and 28 kilos, and she's about to make a third attempt at 31. There's quite the fanfare here in the room. We've got all the coaches, we've got a few of the male athletes are starting to build up and come and support their fellow competitors and athletes. And we've got Lauren, she's reaching into the into the chalk bucket.
Beautiful lift to finish off her snatches for this session.
Loaders, can we have 32 kgs on the bar, please? This will bring out Lily for her first attempt.
Exciting stuff. Now we've got Lily again out of, you can guess it, Waikato diet. And she's got 32 kilos is being loaded on the bar currently. A great lift, waiting on the white lights. We've got 3 white lights. Now what you'll notice is when they go to grip the bar, their thumb wraps around before they go about gripping the bar and then gripping their thumb. That is called the hook grip. The hook grip. So every weightlifter knows. Also there would be some CrossFitters out there that would know. But the hook grip just seals the deal and gives you a stronger grip on the bar. So it's awesome to see these techniques being employed at this level too.
We have Isabel from Rangitoto College. First attempt at 32 kilos, and that is an easy lift. Straight up overhead.
Good. Strong opener there by Isabel. Loaders, can we have 33 kgs on the bar? And this will bring out Lily for her second attempt. Yep. Weigh-ins for session 2 has now started. Weigh-in for session 2 has started. Bars loaded, clock has started.
Now
Hang on a sec, guys. That's just a declaration. 33 kg.
You'll notice the lifters, they're all wearing these fancy shoes. Now these fancy shoes are known as Olympic weightlifting shoes. Now part of the design is they have a raised wedge, a slightly raised wedge, and they're a lot more sturdier. So there's no sponginess on the side. This helps out with all the squatting and lifting that they do. Final lift for Kaya here. And we've got 3 white lights.
And we have Kaya and Miriana are both out of HCC Barbell Club from Ototahi. And they have a big contingent that have come up to Tamakere Makoto for this weekend's competition as well, led by Corin, their coach. So really looking forward to seeing the rest of their team compete throughout this weekend.
And these hikitahi are getting more and more exciting.
Looks like that might have been just a little press out on the left elbow. We'll see, and 2 red lights. So unfortunately that's a no lift, but a very close attempt, so I'm sure we'll see that corrected.
Here we go, we've got a replay of the lift.
34 kgs remain on the bar, and the call is on Miriana for the third and final attempt.
It must be a tough day to be a coach, I can imagine.
How do you say that?
Oh, I can just see the
nerves.
The tense, the intensity, the gravity of the situation.
We have Miriana on her third and final attempt at 34 kilos. Oh, I love that grit and determination. And a good lift for Miriana's attempt. A lot of very happy supporters here.
We had a standing ovation. That's how happy they were. We had the overhand claps, the overhead claps. I'm guessing that might be her papa. Hepai. E wāhi ki te whakanui e nei wāhine, me te ātāhua hoki o te rā me te kaupapa. He hui ora, he hui pai. Now, one of my favourite parts of weightlifting, Megan, and this is in my years of training, is actually the rest that's programmed in between. You'll notice that there's a pan of some of the shots and the athletes are sitting down. That's my favourite part of weightlifting.
And did you come into it from CrossFit?
I absolutely did. I absolutely did.
So that's quite rare. A lot of CrossFitters don't know what to do between lifts, and in weightlifting it's quite normal to sit down, whereas a lot of CrossFitters want to pace the room. So maybe this is your sport.
Maybe.
We have Isabel on her second attempt. 35 kilos loaded on the bar. That looked good to me. 3 white lights. Beautiful second attempt for Isabel, representing Rangitoto College.
Call is on Lily for her third and final attempt.
One of the names you're going to hear throughout the day is Cam. No, that's not me. The one that's speaking to you right now. It's Cam McTaggart. He's one of the coaches. He's also an Olympian out back. He also happens to be my coach.
You're in good hands. Unfortunately, we're seeing a press out on that left elbow again for Lily. But a very close attempt, and Lily has 32 kilos for her snatch in the bank, so she will still be able to take that through into the clean and jerks and collect a total for the competition. And this is the reality of it in this sport, I guess, Cam, is you only get 3 attempts. They're over just like that. So when you have little things that you need to correct, it's very hard to do that quickly. So I'm sure she'll take that into her next competition. We have first attempt for Petra, 36 kilos. They look pretty easy to me. Beautiful lift.
One of the things you'll notice is that a lot of the wahine that are lifting today are employing the power snatch technique. Now the power snatch and the snatch, they're very much the same, but the power snatch, you'll notice that they don't squat below parallel. I'm guessing that could be around confidence of the lift. I'm guessing that could be what they practice for this particular meet.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we just have a lot of powerful young wahine out the back here today. And those bars are just flying overhead.
And we've got Isabel confidently walking up to the platform for her final lift. She squeezed out a quiet little smile there, and she gave herself a fist pump and a big high five at back for the coach.
And Etefane, I just want to share that this is one of the biggest sessions we've had for our secondary schools event, and it's a female session. And as a female weightlifter, I just am so excited to see this because our young wahine are incredibly strong, confident, and have all the ability to lift weights on the platform like these girls are today. And this is a huge breakthrough through all the sport, in my opinion.
It's Petra's second attempt for 39 kilos, and she's got 3 white lights. Strong lift.
40 kilos on the bar, please. This will bring out Sienna for her first attempt.
We've got our loaders loading up the next set of weights.
They have to lift the most weight of the day. By far.
Yeah. if we want to talk about the athletes, we're going to include the loaders of the bar today.
Kia ora loaders, our loaders today in this session from Papatoetoe Weightlifting Club, whose whare we're in right now.
And we've got Sienna from ACG Parnell College.
Very nice. Might be the first full snatch we've seen.
And just a reminder, full snatch is where they go below parallel on their squat. Now if you ever wanted to test how flexible you were, try doing an overhead squat all the way down below parallel. You'll get to meet parts of your body that you never knew existed. We have Lauren up next, and she's competing out of Kapiti College. She's making an attempt at 41 kilos.
And a very good save from Lauren. We'll wait to see what the referees think of that. And unfortunately 2 red lights, which is, a tough call. But no doubt she'll come out and smoke that lift again. This is actually Lauren's second championships, and the first championship she had was it was last year at our North Island championships, our senior championships. So at such a young age, it's incredible to see Lauren banking this much experience in the sport of weightlifting.
Megan, if you had any recommendations for anyone who's watching on the screen out there on the live stream today to get into weightlifting, what would you say are some of the benefits or some of the reasons why you would join a weightlifting club or a CrossFit gym to partake in weightlifting?
Yeah, kia ora, Cam. I honestly think that weightlifting, not just for the fact of lifting the weights, but as you alluded to earlier, just learning how to use your body. For our young females, functional movement is really important, particularly around this age. And so squatting, learning how to use your body, doesn't even need to be heavy, is a really pivotal part to progressing in any athletic ability or any sport that they want to do after this. So strength training, and in particular weightlifting, is used as a supplement for majority of other sports.
Kia ora.
So even if it's as a supplement, I would say that weightlifting is incredibly important for anyone. Have Lauren Harvey on her second attempt, 41 kilos. Wow, beautiful correction. Love to see that. And that extra experience that Lawrence had, I think, is showing in a lift like that, right, Cam?
Absolutely. You can just see the confidence. She had a spring in her step as she walked off the platform. I can see her smile. It's all teeth in this smile. Exciting stuff. We have Petra, and she's making her final attempt at 42 kilos.
Unfortunately, that's a no lift, but the height was definitely there. Maybe just lacking a little bit of confidence in sticking the catch of that one, but 42 kilos, that is a big lift to round off Petra's competition of the snatches.
Now here are some stats at Te Whānau. We've had the largest amount of entries we've had for any secondary schools weightlifting New Zealand event. There's a total of 100 athletes that are competing today. And next up we have Sienna, and she's lifting 43 kilos. Karoha.
Sienna will go to the back to make some minor adjustments there for her next attempt. Loaders, 43 kgs remain on the bar. Sienna gets 2 minutes as she is following herself. Bars loaded, clock has started.
Now we're here. The tension is building because we're getting more and more supporters. I have a feeling that throughout the day there might be a point where there will be standing room only.
To be honest, Cam, I'm probably going to have to go upstairs and bring more chairs down myself. But we love to see it, and this is only the first session of the day. So I imagine it's just going to get busier in here. If you are around Tamaki Makaurau, we are at Komwa Sports Complex in Papatoetoe, South Auckland, and everyone's welcome. No entry. Just come get amongst this awesome event.
She says no entry now, so all of those who are interested, I'd say come now, because I imagine there's going to be a price put on these types of competitions with the excitement that's building. We have Sienna, and she's walking up to the platform. This is her final attempt. And we've got a no lift.
Loaders, can we have 44 kgs on the bar? Loaders, can we have 44 kgs on the bar, please? And this will bring out Lauren to the platform for the third and final attempt.
Now, of our 100 athletes that are competing today, 45% are wahine, 55% are taone. That's a 26% increase on female entrants on 2022. And right now we have Laura, she's making her attempt at 44 kilos.
Wow. I think we might be looking at a little star here, Cam.
A little star, there you go.
That was a beautiful lift.
What would you say a beautiful lift is? What are we looking for?
It's a good question. Technically, we're looking for the lift to be balanced. So when the lifter is receiving the weight, they should just be able to stand it up straight away, which means that they've kept it close to the body, the bar's moved in a nice straight line, and then when they receive the weight overhead, they don't have to fight in anything, they just can stand it up. And the fact that Lauren is catching it in the full squat, as you mentioned earlier, right in the bottom, that's a lot harder to balance. And so when we're seeing them move smoothly through the lift like that, that's a beautiful lift to me. Technically beautiful.
Just like this one.
And another.
Loaders, can we have...
Me te atahua hoki e te whānau, koe te mai whakarongo mai ana, e mātaki mai ana. Te atahua hoki o taua hiki maitai. What a great lift that was. As you explained, just like that. Just like that.
I think that's the exciting thing about weightlifting is it's a strength sport, but it's probably more technical than anything else. We've got a lot of strong weightlifters who can't put these strong people who can't put these weights overhead. So I think that's what everyone enjoys about training weightlifting is the technicality of it, having to be quite methodical, learning all the different parts of the lift. I mean, is that what you've experienced, Cam?
Yeah, well, if I was trying to think of a great analogy, which I'll share shortly after Kami does her lift, she's making an attempt at 58 kilos. Beautiful lift?
Beautiful lift.
Beautiful lift.
They're all beautiful lifts to me.
I was thinking about it. For those of you who are watching and have never done weightlifting, I'm not recommending this, but if you were to stack up a grocery bag with 58 kilos, do you think you could get that overhead in one go? In one go.
Bars loaded, clock has started.
And to think the weights only go up from here.
We have Neve from Kingsway School. This is her first attempt at 58 kilos. Very nice. Great first attempt.
Wowzers. Cam likes to employ the fist bump method of celebrating the athlete's lifts. Oh, we've got a happy lifter. Can you tell us about what they're wearing? I noticed they've got these. Do they help out the suits that they're wearing?
Yeah, so anywhere in most competitions, not for today, it's not a requirement, but for most weightlifting competitions, we have to use a weightlifting singlet, which hugs the body, and that's so that the referees can see basically the hips are locked out, everything's up, controlled, and so it's to help in that way. But also as the lifter, you don't want any loose-fitting clothing. You don't want anything catching on the bar or hanging out, So in all of the history of weightlifting, lifters have had to use these suits. I will say they've gotten better aesthetically as we've moved through the centuries.
There we go. Here's me thinking my nice loose t-shirt and set of shorts would do. We've got Madeline here with a beautiful 60 kilo lift.
Woo! That was beautiful. Second attempt, and it does look like there's more in the bank for Madeline.
Imagine that, Te whānau, a 60 kilo grocery bag over your head in one go. Oh, and we've got the first verbal instructions from our coach. And I'm guessing that was all caps lock, HOLDIT exclamation mark. Thanks, Cam, for that. Hold it. Hold it.
Some high-class coaching there, Cam McTaggart. Probably one of the most common cues that we'll hear today. They're not wrong.
They're not wrong. Imagine if that was all it took. I'll be sure to use that one in my next meet. There we go. What a great lift.
Love seeing all the detail in these lifters and technicality as well. Just when you catch the snatch in the bottom of the squat, just bringing your chin down, keeping your eyes forward but bringing your chin down just keeps to help the bar stay behind the head, and that creates the balance.
Right. Chin down.
Have you been given that cue by Cam? So I'm seeing it through his lifters, and it's great.
I wish I could share the cues that Cam gave me.
Top secret?
Not because they're top secret, but I don't think they'd be appropriate for the viewers today.
And our next lifter is Kami, representing Roncalli College, 62 kilos on the bar. Wow. Don't see anything wrong with that lift. We should see 3 white lights. Oh, love to see it. And just a note on Kami. Kami is actually in our under 15 category.
She just broke a new record. That's a new record.
That is amazing.
All the way from Te Waipounamu, the South Island, Te Waka a Maui. Me te kaha hoki.
We have Neve on her 3rd attempt. Oh, and unfortunately not quite there with the 62 kilos, although the 60 was very smooth. So it's always hard when you get yourself up for a heavy lift on your 2nd attempt and then having to get yourself up again on your 3rd, and that might have been a PB attempt.
I just want to allude to what Megan was talking about earlier. You're talking about the 3 attempts they get today. The 3 attempts are very much the tip of the iceberg. the other 90% still existing under the water. All the squat sessions, all the snatch sessions, all the lifts like this one from Madeline.
She looks unsure, but I think that was a good lift.
There were question marks all over her face.
She might have been a little bit surprised that she got under it so easy. Looked very smooth.
It would be fair to say the weight was worth it.
And we have Kami coming out again, who is an under 15 lifter but is just in this session for today due to scheduling. But this is a second record attempt for Kami at 65 kilos. Oh, wow, that looks good. Woo! Congratulations, Kami. And with style, big smile on her face. Kellen, her coach, will be very happy with that.
She just broke another record.
An under 15 New Zealand record.
Wowzers.
2 actually, so both of these will count. She'll have a name to 2 records, 62 kilos and 65.
Now we've got the red plates. Every lifter's dream is to just be fully loaded with red plates or blue plates only.
We have Georgia Theron, who the call is on. Georgia is in our women's 64 category. She has 70 kilos on her attempt, but she wants more. The loaders are putting the bar up to 73. We're in our final 2 lifters of the session. We have Georgia Theron, who at a young age has gained a lot of experience in weightlifting. Hence, we're seeing openers on 73 kilos.
That's pretty good, eh?
Wow. Very confident lift.
Now you notice she's got her Papatoetoe on. She's got a belt. I use the same one, the Chic weightlifting belt. I find it helps with bracing, but well, what are your thoughts on weightlifting belts? Do they help get more weight up? Is that the secret to breaking records?
I don't know if it's the secret to breaking records. It probably does assist in some way. I mean, there's a reason why we all wear them. And you nailed it. A belt is there to help you brace. So if you can push out into your belt, cores engaged, weight's going to hopefully feel a little bit lighter.
Yes, I have no problems pushing out into my belt. I was told the other day I've been currently on a strength cycle. With my strength cycle, I've been encouraged to eat a few more calories. And they started calling it a power belly is what they called it, and I love that name. What a great replay of that lift.
And Georgia is going up from 75 kilos. These are huge weights for a young wahine to be lifting as a youth. And the really exciting thing about the session is we actually have multiple lifters who have qualified for the Oceania Championships, the Youth and Junior Oceania Championships, which will take place next month in Samoa. Georgia is one of them.
Island liftoff. Lifting in paradise.
That's what we love. It's nothing better.
I've gotten a few jerks, a few laughs and elbows into the ribs from some of the jokes.
And Georgia is going up again.
I like how she's absolutely playing the game.
Yeah, you're right, Cam. I think Cam McTaggart, her coach, may have just increased those weights a few more times to just buy her a little bit more time, a little bit more rest time. So we have 76 kilos on the bar for Georgia Theron's second attempt. Oh, and that was a very close attempt. By the looks of it, it was just a little bit in front, maybe just didn't stretch up quite enough. She would have put that bar in that beautiful balanced position that we were talking about earlier. Yeah, Cam's there giving her the cue to stretch up a little bit more. The height was there, so no doubt Georgia
As she is following herself.
will give this everything on her third and final attempt. She'll get 2 minutes because she's following herself, so she'll get a 2-minute break.
Stop the clock. It's just a declaration.
I've noticed Georgia's wearing I'm guessing those are Reeboks. Good. What are your favourite lifters?
I was a Reebok Legacy lifter wearer my whole career.
Was.
I've retired.
Oh, you haven't retired officially? Oh, yeah, can't fly.
Just this year.
Are you getting a little bit of, FOMO, fear of missing out watching?
I've actually enjoyed being on the other side a little bit. I've enjoyed being in the coaching space with some of our young lifters. Today being in the...
No more sore knees.
No more sore knees. I have to have surgery actually next week, so I'll just be
Is that
sore all
knee
over.
or shoulder?
Shoulder.
Oh, yeah, there we go. If you needed another reason to get stronger knees and shoulders, weightlifting is a great excuse. Here we go, we've got Georgia's final lift.
76 kilos on the bar. Oh, and she has it. She made some beautiful corrections. That's a huge... It shows a huge amount of experience and just being able to make those corrections on your final attempt with a weight that heavy shows the caliber of these lifters. Our last lifter to come out is Olivia Selemaya. In our youth 71s, and in case you missed it at the start of the session, we just mentioned that Olivia is using this competition as a practice run for her Senior World Championships, which she flies out to tomorrow. That is a Paris Olympic qualifier for Olivia. 83 kilos on the bar. And that is a youth record for Olivia in the 71s. Olivia usually lifts in the 64s, so she's probably just making it into the 71, 64 point something today. Do you know what the coolest thing about this for me is, Cam, is that we have a session of 15 youth lifters, and we have an athlete who is travelling to a Senior World Champs and lifters who are competing for the first time ever. And everyone's out here just having fun. It's the reason why I will always advocate that weightlifting is for everyone. And if anyone wants to give it a go, it's just a matter of heading to the Weightlifting New Zealand website and finding a club closest to you. Any age can be done safely. Our coaches in Aotearoa are very experienced in introducing young weightlifters or young rangatahi to weightlifting.
Yeah, and that's massive. I'm looking forward to the development of the sport. And we've got the pioneers and trailblazers like yourself, who've been lifting and absolute advocates for the sport. Exciting stuff. Plus, I've never broken a record myself, not a national one, but I have broken my own records in the gym, and I can talk on the sense of pride and elation that comes from achieving something you didn't think you could, working towards something, and trying to do new things.
Olivia Selemaya on her second attempt.
86 kilos.
And this will be for another youth record in the 71 class. Ka pai, Livy.
My favourite part of the lift is actually the dismount. You know? They get to add their little flavour in there.
New and junior snatch records there. Loaders, 87 kgs on the bar.
So we're almost coming up to the end of this session. What a good session it's been. We've had a lot of strong wahine lift some really impressive weights. I'm sure many of them have outdone their expectations and their coaches. But exciting stuff. For those of you who don't think weightlifting is a team sport, I beg to differ. We've got a massive team here today who are all watching. Excited to see their athletes perform. Their daughters, their sisters.
And to make all this happen, I just want to say kia ora to Tataki Auckland United, Caltex, Bailey's New Zealand, and all of our major sponsors who have made this event happen. Not just happen, but also happen with the calibre of setup that we have here today. We're really giving our lifters, particularly the ones who have stepped onto the platform for the first time, we're really giving them the best possible experience. We're seeing Olivia or Livy Selemaya chalking up for her third and final attempt at 89 kilos in the women's 71s. This will be for a third record attempt in the youth and juniors. And that was such a good attempt from Livy. Just a little press out on the left elbow.
Kātahi rā te whakataitai ko tērā, te karawhiunga ko tērā, te whakapuakitanga ko tērā. Nā, we're going to go to a short break i te whānau, but please, stay tuned.
Catch the next-gen sports superstars.
He's very, very strong.
All power, all action, all drama. Stream it live, ad-free from our secondary school's winter tournament. Subscribe now to Māori Active.
Funding is a real challenge. We know that a lot of schools face that ongoing, and the reality is if you go to a lower decile school in New Zealand, you are less likely to be able to afford to participate in sport.
Obviously, having come through it myself with kids and being one of those kids myself who played sport, I know how much it defined who I was. And now being able to go, I can't fix it all, but we can help and try and give to those people who are going through really tough times. It's a real privilege, but you know, for us, we want to see others get involved in it. This is not a selfish thing for Apollo. This is about how can we get, whether it's construction or other businesses, to get involved in this.
There's a lot of things that kids miss out on, and so to have businesses step up and want to be involved and to help is a game changer for schools. It really is.
This isn't about cameras. It's about getting a better shot, so you can get a better result. A great photo of your property is more important than a picture of our agent.
So sponsorship from New Zealand Carbon Farming has been fantastic for our sports teams actually who went away to tournament week. We're a community who's driven by sport, but often money and the cost of travel, accommodation and uniform can be a barrier for some of our students. And to come out with a new uniform for a number of sports, particularly our basketball teams who've been away at nationals, has been uplifting for the students and for our community. The support from the Carbon Farming has been wonderful.
Without them, then we wouldn't look like this.
No time to fluff around today? No worries. Just swing into Caltex and pay for fuel with Pay an App to speed on through. Ooh, yeah. Feels good. Use it at your local participating Caltex.
Ladies and gentlemen, just 1 minute till the clean and jerks.
Kia ora e te iwi, we've got 1 minute until the clean and jerks for this session are going to begin. And exciting stuff. So the Māori word for clean and jerk is hikirua. So not to be confused with hikitahi, which is snatch. We've got the hikirua. So that's our clean and jerk, and that's what we have coming up. Now, the clean and jerk, it starts from the ground like all the lifts, and then they get it to their shoulder, and then from their shoulder they jerk it overhead, which is a big explosive push through the legs and then a lockout of the arms. Now, Megan in the earlier session was talking about the press out. The press out is basically when, you know how you do bicep curls and your arm bends? You're not allowed to have your arm bending when you receive or catch the bar overhead. So you're not allowed to press it out. So all of you bodybuilders out there, if you want to learn a new skill, come to weightlifting. You can learn to lock out the lifts. But yeah, that's what she was talking about with the press out, which is a big emphasis from all of the judges and the officials today. The officials are on my other phone, which I don't have currently with me, but I'd just like to do a big shout out to the officials. They have a big job today. They're wearing their best blazers and they've got their best set of specs and sunnies on, ready to officiate today's lifting. Oh, we've got silence in the room. Tense stuff. Now, first up we have Gemma Spice out of Waikato. She's going to do a 25 kilo clean and jerk attempt here. And we have we've got 3 white lights. 3 white lights means YES, yes. Now to get a successful lift, we need, or to make the sound at least for yes, we need 3 white lights, a minimum of 2 white lights. So that's the YE and yes. So we've got yeah and we've got yes. Yes is being, we definitely got it. Yeah is, there was probably something that one of the judges picked up on. And we can't spell yeah or yes without all 3 or 2 of them.
So each light represents a referee. So when you see 2 white lights and 1 red, it's that referee on that particular side might have seen something on that arm or picked something up that the other refs didn't. So when you have 2 collective referees thinking the same thing, that's when it's a no lift. We have Gemma following herself. So 28 kilos is loaded onto the bar. She has 2 minutes between attempts as she is following herself. This will be for her second attempt. And Gemma from Waikato Dio, who we spoke about earlier, have a huge contingent of wahine today, 17 entrants, which is massive from one school, led by Gabby Peach, a weightlifter herself, who is looking to grow the sport within that school, which we love to see. Kia ora, Gabby. Looks like a good lift to me. 3 white lights.
And that again is another great example of our hikirua. Hikirua being our clean and jerk. Ka pai, Gemma. I reckon one of the things I love about this day and age is it's the content era. There's going to be some great photos for the parents, for the whānau that have come to support. I can see a few people there with all these cameras and stuff like that, but to be fair, I'm kind of glad that era started after my high school days, because my glow up happened shortly after when I left. But it's good stuff for these taiohi, these rangatahi today. They're going to have some cool pictures to remember these moments by.
29 kgs remains on the bar.
Absolutely, and the fact that we even have this live streamed for whānau at home to be watching is incredible for our young lifters. Hopefully, going forward, all weightlifting competitions will be streamed.
Yeah. Let's just hope it's not my first one. Just love the absolute shift the loading boys are putting in today. Just a massive shout out to the Papatoetoe weightlifting club. Unlike a conventional gym, I'm sure we'll have no one struggling to put the plates and weights away at the weightlifting gym.
I just spoke to them earlier, and I think the hardest thing is actually them counting the weights. So the females use 15 kilo bars, whereas our tāne use 20 kilo bars. So they won't be used to calculating weight on a 15 kilo bar. I think that's causing the confusion for them a little bit. We have the third attempt for Gemma Spice on 31 kilos. This will round out her competition.
Strong clean.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Third attempt and 6 from 6. That's incredible. Congratulations, Gemma.
And again, just highlighting our loaders today. They're basically mathletes.
Did you hear that, boys?
Yeah. Massive shout out.
Oh, Agi is unsure.
What's his name?
Agalesh.
We
have Tim, Agalesh, and Numi on loading today. Next lifter is Kaya from Hillmorton High School. 33 kilos on the bar. This is for Kaya's first attempt.
Ka tahi rā te hikirua ko tērā. Tahi ana wau I kōrero tahi ki te tahi o ana mātua o Kaya me Miriana no o tau tahi rātou no te wai pounamu I tai mai ina nahi me te karapu hiki mai tai me taku hari I tai mai ki te mihi atu me te ki he pai te whakarongo ki tō tātou nei reo. Ka meha meha. What I was just saying, Itwhānau is one of the parents of Kaya and Miriana. They're from Ōtautahi. He came up to say it's beautiful to hear te reo today. So it's a sport for all of us, all of Aotearoa. Māori mai, no ngā mautere, Pākehā mai, mō tātou katoa te hiki mai tai.
And as you mentioned, Kaya and Miriana, both from Ōtautahi. Their coach mentioned earlier that they have a team of 10 here today, and 6 of them wahine. And I want to mention this because the crazy thing about weightlifting is that women have only been competing in weightlifting for the last 22 years. The sport has existed and been in competition for our males since the 18th century. So the fact that we're seeing so many young females here today in a sport that's still very new to our wahine is really exciting to see for all of us. Second attempt, 35 kilos on the bar. That looked tidy to me, but we'll wait to see what the referees say. 3 white lights.
YES. 3 white lights. Ka pai Kaya. Kaya's had a great day today. She's made all of her lifts up until now. And now we've got Miriana again from Ōtautahi. Oh, ka pai. We've got some of her spectators, they've just gotten out of their seats. An absolute excitement for the lift that's about to go down. Or up, I should say. Solid, clean.
Looked like a pretty good, unfortunately 2 red lights. So that is a no lift for Miriana. Still has 1 more, well, 2 more attempts, sorry. Just from a technical point of view, from what I saw in that lift, clean was really solid. The bar just slipped forward as she dipped down in the jerk, which meant that she caught it out in front. That's hard to stabilise overhead.
Oh, what a great insight. Ka pai, Karis.
Solid.
Solid.
Surely no questions there. Yeah, 3 white lights.
37 kgs remain on the bar, and the court is on.
No questions, just 3 white lights.
That's what we want.
A couple high fives with Coach at the back. Coach Gabby. Oh, at the chalk bucket. Adding the much needed grip. Ka pai, Lauren.
A beautiful lift. 37 kilos banked, so Lauren now has a total on the board. She gets her in the competition.
Now, one of the things I know about weightlifting, Megan, is how flexible the wrists and the shoulders have to be able to receive the bar at the bottom of the clean, as well as complete the jerk.
Right, we're seeing some beautiful mobility here today.
Te Waipounamu represent. Ka pai.
Beautiful clean. Oh, and that looked like a much better attempt. And a good lift on 37 kilos for Miriana. Great correction there from her. Just straightened up the bar on that jerk. Caught it more balanced. Happy coach.
We had
happy teammate.
Had a teammate with 2 of the biggest thumbs pointing upwards to the sky.
And I have to say, I love that about this sport. It's an individual sport, but the aroha between teammates is always really strong. You're always wanting your teammates to do their best, even if you are competing against them, because if they're doing their best and you outlift them, you know, that's fair. And I would say that the mana within weightlifting has always been like that, and I've loved that about this sport. So it's great to see it happening within our young wahine as well. Slightly harder clean. Oh, but that looks like pretty good jerk. We'll just wait to see what the referees say on 38 kilos. And unfortunately, it's 2 reds. But a great attempt to round out Kaya's competition. 5 from 6 is a great first championship finish. Congratulations, Kaya.
Ka pai, Kaya.
Strong clean. And a strong jerk for Lauren from Papatoetoe. That is her second attempt of the clean and jerks.
Loaders, can we have 40 kgs on the bar, please? This will bring out Isabel for her first attempt.
And the call is on Isabel for her first attempt at 40 kilos in the clean and jerks. Isabel representing Rangitoto College in the 71s. And a good lift for Isabel's first attempt at 40 kilos.
And that's a hikirua e te whānau. A hikirua is our clean and jerk. The great thing about, I know a few of the boys who translated these words, and they made it easy for us. Hiki is lift, tahi is 1, and with rua we have 2.
And that looks like a strong lift for Karis. No questions there. 3 white lights. 40 kilos in the bag.
Mediana for her third and final attempt.
Kapai, we've got Mediana. No tautahi. Koinei tana. Hikinga whakamutunga o te rā. Whātekau kiro karamu. This is her last lift of the day. We've got the call, go Miri. Let's go Miri.
It's a solid, clean, slight adjustment of the hands to prepare for her jerk. Oh, and Cam, that might be the best lift of all 3. And 3 white lights, a great way to end the competition for Miriana. And kia ora to HCC Barbell Club in Otautahi.
I'm glad we've got a live stream and which will be replayed over YouTube because I actually couldn't hear Megan over the sound of the cheering. It erupted in here.
We have Lauren from Papatoetoe coming out on her third attempt. Slightly harder but strong clean. And that looked like a good jerk to me. And 3 white lights. So 6 from 6 for Lauren.
One thing I noticed, Megan, is that when they catch the clean, they stand it up right before they jerk. They take a big breath in. Tell me more about that.
So when you take the breath in, it fills up your chest, it helps you set your torso, so it creates a really strong foundation for the bar when you go into your dip. Without that, as you dip, if you start to feel a little bit weak, you might not be able to generate as much power overhead. And we have Lily completing her first attempt at 42 kilos. And a good lift for Lily. Kapai Lily. These first attempts on the hikirua that we're seeing are really important because that puts you in the competition. Until you've made that lift, you're not in the competition.
Kapai.
You need one of each lift in order to put up a total and put yourself on the ranking list. So there'll be a huge relief for these girls as they complete that first one. We have Karis, her third attempt on 42 kilos.
Kapai, Karis.
That is a good lift and a great day for Karis here. 5 from 6. What a day. Loaders, 43 kgs on the bar, please.
Oh, and we've got our mathletes back out there loading the bar.
Great day.
I don't know if they'll be making it into the pit stop crew for F1, but stepping stones. Shop boys.
They're back again. We've got, now this is where the competition really starts. We're getting the athletes deciding whether or not they go up, down in weight based off of the other athletes they're competing against. I've got Isabel up here. She's about to lift 44 kilos for her hikirua. Power clean, strong.
Might see a little press out on the right. Oh, good lift, 2 white lights. Stand corrected. So we have Lily from Waikato Dio coming out for her second attempt.
I think a lot of people have connotations that, you know, to be an athlete, you have to be moving for hours and hours on end. Now, the one cool thing about weightlifting is if we were to total up all of the time you're actually doing work, it probably wouldn't equate to more than 10 minutes, including the warm-up. So those of you out there who think you can't be an athlete, I beg to differ.
Lily making her clean strong on 45 kilos. She's completed the jerk. We'll just wait to see what the referees think. 2 white lights, so that's a good second attempt for Lily. She has one more left in the competition.
I could see the smile she let out there. It was just a humble one. It was maybe to one ear, but not to the other. Little showing of teeth there. It was one of those, oh yeah, I got it, but I could have done better.
I love seeing the different approaches with these young athletes as well. You know, some of them come on smiling, some of them come on serious, some of them get like a little bit of grit going on in their facial expressions, but I mean, everyone gets to bring their own flavour to the platform, and that's what we love about weightlifting.
What's your flavour? What, are you a bit of a smiler? Are you a bit of a...
It's a good question. I was always very calm. Yeah, I think I trialed a few things. Yeah, very calm. Internally fiery, externally calm. I just like to breathe. I like to be present. But it's the second the lift is done, I'm all smiles.
Is it fair to say I don't believe you? No, I'm kidding. It's all truth here on this live stream.
You don't tell lies here?
I'm actually more of a wailer. I like to scream out before I make a big lift.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not that uncommon.
Yeah, well, see, the thing is I like the pressure, the added pressure of people looking at me. I feel like I'm getting judged, but that makes me lift. The expectations, sometimes it's not not the weight we're lifting, you know? It's the expectations.
We have Sienna,
Karawhiua, Sienna.
48 kilos on the bar. And that looks like a good lift. And it was a good lift from ACG Parnell College.
No questions asked. The judges and officials absolutely agree.
Bar remains at 48 kgs for Isabel for the third and final attempt.
There's no weight change here. The bar will remain on 48 kilos, and this brings out Isabel for her third attempt for her hikirua and her final lift of the competition. Good to me. And 6 from 6.
Is a good lift for Isabel.
48 kg
Good boy.
on the bar, and this will bring out Lily for her third and final attempt.
So for a couple of these lifters, we're seeing their final lifts of the competition. So everyone here is getting behind them. This is Lily from Waikato on 48 kilos. No mucking around, straight into that clean, strong clean. A very powerful jerk. Just wait to see what the referee is. And 3 weight lifts. She's very happy about that.
Yeah. I feel sorry for the air. She absolutely just punched. She was happy about that. That and her coach is giving her the words. I imagine she's saying something like good stuff or good job.
And really incredible. We'll just mention again, in case you're just joining us on the stream, that Waikato have a program that has been started by Gabby Peach to grow weightlifting within our young wahine down there. And we love that because we're seeing all of them come and light up on the platform today and have some fun. We have Petra coming out on 50 kilos. This is for Petra's first attempt.
Strong clean. And a strong jerk.
Really strong jerk, Cam. I don't think there'll be any questions there. She's pointing to her chin. I think she might have tapped her chin on the way up, which makes it even more impressive that she made the jerk so strong.
If anyone's ever bit their tongue, that might be what it feels like when you smack your chin with the barbell. Here we go. We've got Lauren up. She's got her big tatua, her big weightlifting belt on. Oh, and we've got a power jerk. Just the confidence.
I was just thinking, this is a weight class sport, and in terms of weight classes, this is our smallest or lightest athlete, but she has a huge presence on that platform. You can feel it all the way back down here at the back of the room. Huge amounts of confidence. We love to see it. We've got some changes happening out the back from our coaches, putting lifters' weights up. The call is now on Sienna at 52 kgs for her second attempt.
Karawhiua Sienna.
Wow. Huge amounts of power there.
Oh, and we can see the slow replay of the lift. That's a tidy clean and jerk.
Yeah, just really well balanced. Technically sound, strong, obviously, and confidence is definitely there on these numbers.
Got Petra on the screen. Oh. From our athletes to Petra. She looks ready to go.
She does, doesn't she?
See a lot of the fidgetiness at the back. Here we go. I'm excited for this lift.
Slightly harder clean, but she came back well. And that looks like a very strong jerk for Petra's second attempt.
Here we go, got the slow replay. Caught the clean slightly forward. Great recovery. And then a strong jerk.
She did really well to come back after a slightly harder clean. We have Lauren, 54 kilos on the bar. This is for Lauren's second attempt. Another strong clean from Lauren.
And a power jerk.
And a beautiful jerk.
Which one do you prefer? You prefer a split jerk, a power jerk, a push press?
I could always split jerk heavier.
Yep.
But as a lift that I enjoyed, I always thought the power jerk was quite fun, or the squat jerk.
Squat jerk?
Just for fun.
Yeah. Just to prove that I'm better than you.
What's your preference?
The split jerk.
Nice.
Split jerk, yep.
So just to explain to anyone who's watching the stream and wondering what we're talking about, the end result is that you need to get the bar overhead with locked out elbows, straight arms, and show control. Bring your feet together, and then the lift is finished, and the referee will decide whether or not it's good or not. How you get it there are multiple different techniques, and that's completely up to the lifter and how they do that. We have Sienna. This is for attempt toru from ACG Parnell College. 55 kilos going up easy on the clean. And that looks like a very strong jerk to me.
Koutou mātahi anō i tatu mai ki roto ki tō tātou nei hui topa, nau mai hara mai. Ko e nei te taumā heke mai tai o ngā kura tuarua. Koe nei rā, ngā wāhine toa e hiki mai tai ana. Ko e nei ko ngā hiki rua, clean and jerks. Ka pai, Petra.
And that is a good rest.
And a big celebration from Petra. Hugs all around.
Will bring out Lauren for her third and final attempt.
Kapaya. Next up, we've got Lauren. Lauren is about to lift 7 kilos above her body weight. At 56 kilos. Strong, clean. And a nice strong jerk to finish off Lauren's day.
Outstanding day by Lauren. 5 from 6. Yeah, great.
E hari koa ana ia. I te pepeke ia muri I tana hiki rua. Ka pai rā e hine, ka pai rā. Oh, and we've got the mathletes back at it. Doing a great job of loading the bar, calculating, Now what you'll notice is you can see in the foreground there's the wooden platform. Now the wooden platform helps because there's no sponginess in it. So when the athletes use it to clean, to jerk, they've got a solid foundation to work off of. And I think next up we've got Kami. And she was our previous record breaker in the Snatch. From Roncalli College. She's about to do a 72 kg clean and jerk. That looks like a pretty good lift to me. And the judges agree. 3 white lights. Kapai Kami.
Kami is taking consecutive lifts, so she gets 2 minutes.
So Kami, she is about to do a record attempt at 73 kilos. And the record attempt, I think, is for the total. So the total record attempt is 137 kilos. We're going up. We're not staying at 73, we're going up to 74. I think her coach made the decision to raise that bar. Now she gets this. She not only got the record for the Snatch, they're going up again. I don't know if Kami wants more or her coach wants more. But this is exciting stuff. Look at that, just quietly confident. Loving the setup. This is what I was talking about earlier, e te whānau, te whakata, to rest in between the lifts. This is my favourite part of training when I weightlift. It's the rest in between the lifts. Here we go, her coach, giving her the pep talk. This is, so, for context, Kami just broke the Snatch record. If she successfully completes this clean and jerk, she would have broken the clean and jerk record. Therefore, she would have broken the overall total for the New Zealand Secondary Schools Weightlifting Championship record for the under 15 71 kilo division. We've got a strong clean. And an even stronger jerk. What do the judges think? One, two, three white lights. Kātahi rā te hiki mai tai ko tērā. Te hiki rua ko tērā. E hoa mā. I ki te ana koutou i te hitori i tēnei wā tonu. Me te pai hoki o tērā hiki rua. We've got greatness in our midst. And I'm not talking about my commentary, I'm talking about the ladies in the house who are breaking records. Right now we have Neve, and she's lifting 78 kilos. Ka pai. Just for context, that is 14 kilograms over her current body weight for a lift of 79 kilos. 78 kilos. Wow. Megan's just joined us back at the desk. She didn't miss any of the lifts, but she did miss some great commentary. It's good to have you back, sis.
I'm sorry I missed it.
Now, wish you guys could see the setup here. I'm actually having to undo a few articles of clothing. It's starting to really heat up in here.
for her first attempt.
I'll quote Nelly, the famous rapper Nelly, "It's getting hot in here." And that it is. It's not even summer yet. I just learnt the other day that summer's almost here, but it ain't quite here. But I think spring don't start till mid-September.
1st of September, actually. It was yesterday.
Are you sure?
Bars loaded, clock has started.
100% sure.
I'm so glad I could teach you something today.
Yeah. I thought it was like mid-September, but...
Feels like summer now, which is nice. Have Madeline on her first attempt.
Oh boy.
80 kilo clean going up strong, and the jerk going up strong too. We'd love to see that. Amazing lift from Madeline. 80 kilos, Cam. These are some big weights.
Yeah.
And these girls are doing it with grace.
This will further her record on the clean and jerk and total under 50 record here.
Hey, we've got Kami back again. Back again. She's just broken the New Zealand secondary school's weightlifting record. And she's about to add on a few more kilos to the overall record. This is 3 kilos on her last lift of 77, and now she's about to make an attempt at 80 kilos. And we had a sigh of uncertainty, and we got 3 red lights.
Round of applause for Kami here. She did some outstanding lifting there. Lotus,
She'd already surpassed the expectations.
Neve for her second attempt.
And we've got Neve about to make her way to the platform. She's getting the good pep talk from her very vocal coach today. And like someone directing traffic, we had her coach there the whole way. We had squeeze, 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 and then we get our favourite one, which is hold it. Hold it, HOLDIT, from Mr. McTaggart. He pai e nei kōrero e homa. Simple is easy. Simple is fun. Simple might just be number one. No.
We rhyme, Stu.
Oh, and we've got the 2-minute intermission. Rest in between lifts.
These young athletes clearly have a lot of energy. You can see that they are ready to get back up there, and I imagine the coaches are probably just telling them just to sit down, relax, gather your breath, recover for a minute, and then get ready again. The change here. So Neve wants more from Kingsway School. We have 2 lifters from Kingsway School in this competition, Neve and Georgia Theron. Both competing against each other, so to speak, but by the looks of it, they are also supporting each other.
Great stuff. You'll notice she's got some tape around her thumbs. Like I said earlier, the hook grip, sometimes the barbell can eat your thumbs up though, so a little extra grip and protection. Wear a bit of tape.
Big smiles from Neve. I would say from that celebration that that's a personal best. That's just an assumption from me, or potentially a competition personal best, but that's exciting. You really feel that excitement, when a lifter gets that height.
Absolutely. You know, that high five that Neve shared with Cam is the same one I shared with him after one of my PBs. So I know the feeling.
Congratulations, Cam, on your PB. Call is on Madeline. It's a strong clean at 84 kilos.
Oh, silky.
Yeah, some good patience. You just see as she caught it overhead, just needed a little bit of stabilizing, and to have the patience to just stay there, get it in the right position, and then recover. That shows some good experience from Madeline at such a young age from ACG Strathallan. As Madeline is following herself, we've seen an automatic increase to 85, but we do expect her to take more. She'll get 2 minutes plus whatever time it takes to change the bar to recover and get ready for the next one. There's that change we were expecting, going up to 86 kilos.
Now we're coming close to the end of this particular round of lifting. What was your favourite feed after your competitions, Megan? What's your go-to?
I would always have burgers. Because
Burgers?
I would always cut, so burgers were just not on the menu for me going into competition. So yeah, just pretty simple way.
Any burger in particular?
Chicken.
I'm a McDonald's guy, to be fair. I'd be going for a DQP or a double quarter pounder with a raspberry drink.
Oh, raspberry.
Full sugar. Ice as well. And then as a chaser, I'd maybe get a double cheeseburger or a fillet of fish. That was my post.
I love that. A chaser. A chaser of a second burger.
Yeah.
The call is on Madeline, who has moved up to 87 kilos for her third and final attempt. Oh, and a good fight for that clean. Oh. And actually a better jerk, and we love seeing those smiles. It's a good lift, 6 from 6. Can't buy Maddie.
Kara fiua. Or as they say down in Aotearoa, whakarukea. Give it heaps.
Love that instant elation once the weight is overhead. And the call is on Georgia. Georgia is coming out for her first attempt on 90 kilos, representing Kingsway School.
God, boy.
Oh, that's a beautiful clean. Wow.
I actually...
that was so great.
What an amazing lift. Now, bit of out of context stuff here. I know her father, Greg Theron, and me and him used to be training partners. We bumped into each other in the hallway, and I said, wow, your daughter's doing some amazing things. Now she qualified for Worlds this year, which was in Mexico, I think, but next year it's in Spain.
That's correct.
So she's not going to Mexico this year, but she will be going to Spain next year. Now, I made a funny comment to Greg, and I go, correct me if I'm wrong, Greg, but does your daughter have bigger lifts than you? And he proceeded to confirm that she absolutely does. And I love that. I love the rivalries under the same roof, by the sounds, but just in their community. So ka pai, Greg. I'm pretty sure he'll be a proud father today.
Yeah, and on that note, can we just give a shout out to all the mamas and papas out there who are supporting their rangatahi to get into sports, try new things. In particular, what we're seeing here today is weightlifting, and I have no doubt that these young athletes are cross-coding as well. Like, some of them will be playing team sports alongside of weightlifting, and yeah, just huge support from the parents and everyone else out there who's giving them these opportunities. We love to see it. We thank you. So we're seeing some great fun being had today on the platform at New Zealand Weightlifting Secondary School Champs.
Ka pai koutou mātua mā. Mihi ake ana, e tautoko ana era mihi kia koutou mā. Te hapori, te whānau. E tautoko ana I enei o ngā tai o hi ngā rangatahi e karawhiu ana I enei mahi.
Georgia Theron, second attempt, 95 kilos.
Wow.
And a successful lift. This is incredible. I'm just going to put it out there. We may see triple digit on this third attempt. I know that's a big call from me, not knowing George's best lifts personally, but when 95 looks like that, Cam, you just go for it, right?
Yeah, I'm actually just I'm in awe of Georgia right now, because anyone who knows 90 plus kilos ain't no joke. It's not a laughing matter, and that's some big weights to be throwing around at 15 years old. Bearing in mind her weight is, she's in the 64 kilo weight class. And I think we've got 100 being loaded up. That would be 36 kilograms more than her body weight.
Here we go. And just again, the great thing about what we're seeing here today is we have lifters who have stepped onto the platform for the first time. They probably only just started the sport this year, and they're competing against international lifters like Georgia Theron and getting to look up to these superheroes who are in the same session as them. Like, that's so cool.
That's amazing.
When do you start club rugby and get to play with an All Black?
Yeah.
Heaps of noise being made for Georgia's third and final attempt on 100 kilos. Get up, Georgia. Good. And a strong clean. It's overhead. It's overhead. We love it. Up by Georgia. Big smiles.
1, 2, 3
wow.
white lights.
That's a happy Cam McTaggart.
102 on the bar, please.
3 white lights, 2 massive high fives, and 1 happy lifter. Ka pai, Georgia.
That will be huge confidence for Georgia going into the Oceania Youth and Junior Championships, which are held in Samoa next month. We have Olivia Selemaya on attempt number 1, and this is at 102 kilos. Strong clean for Livy. And a solid jerk. Put that one away with grace.
I'm looking forward to the slow motion replays that are going to come up.
And that is a youth record, not only for the Hikirua, but also for the total. So 188 kilos is her current total, and that is a New Zealand record in Olivia's age category, as well as the lift that she just made.
102 kilos, and they're still trying to decide right now. Ko te ahara te hiki maitai e whai ake nei. Oh, and the clock's been stopped, which means they get to load again. Our mathletes are back at it. And they're loading up 105 kilos, I think. We'll wait for confirmation. Yep. This is a record attempt, if I'm correct.
I'm just sitting here looking at the back and watching Simon Kent, who is Olivia's coach, who is going with her tomorrow to Saudi Arabia for the Senior Weightlifting World Championships.
Do you know what Livy's training total was by chance?
I should, Cam. You've put me on the spot here.
Yeah, I don't.
And I should. Best snatch in competition, I imagine, is close to the 89 that she attempted.
Mm-hmm.
And clean and jerk in competition, I believe she's clean and jerked 110.
She has got 107 kilos on the bar, which means that will be a 190 kilo total.
Another strong clean for Livy. Good work, and this girl's on fire. And yet another 3 records, Cam. That is a youth, 4 records. That is a youth.
I'll tell you what I'll say, it's a bad day to be a record here. It's you're about to be broken.
It is an unbelievable amount of records. I can't even calculate it in my head right now. But we're getting records for not only the youth category, but the junior category as well. And not only the lift, but the total as well.
Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. So we've currently got a 190 kilo total.
And so Livy has pulled out of her last lift. As we mentioned, this is a warm-up for World Champs, so that last lift doesn't need to happen, and that actually rounds off our competition for our over 15s, 49, 55, 59, 64 and 71 kilo weight classes.
E te iwi, this is just the start of the day. This is just the start of the day. Group session number 1. There's more to come, and I'm very, very excited about what's coming up next. We've got some cool lifters and some cool things. Goodbye. Yeah, but e te iwi, hang around. Feel free to keep watching our live stream, and we're going to be walking you through this day, talking you through this day shortly. Kia pai rā te whakata mohe wā, e te iwi, kia ora.
Catch the next-gen sports superstars.
He's very, very strong.
All power, all action, all drama. Stream it live, ad-free from our secondary school's winter tournament. Subscribe now to Māori Active.
Funding is a real challenge. We know that a lot of schools face that ongoing, and the reality is if you go to a lower decile school in New Zealand, you are less likely to be able to afford to participate in sport.
Obviously, having come through it myself with kids and being one of those kids myself who played sport, I know how much it defined who I was. And now being able to go, I can't fix it all, but we can help and try and give to those people who are going through tough times. It's a real privilege, but you know, for us, we want to see others get involved with it. This is not a selfish thing for Apollo. This is about how can we get, whether it's construction or other businesses, to get involved in this.
There's a lot of things that kids miss out on, and so to have businesses step up and want to be involved and to help is a game changer for schools. It really is.
This isn't about cameras. It's about getting a better shot, so you can get a better result. A great photo of your property is more important than a picture of our agent.
So sponsorship from New Zealand Carbon Farming has been fantastic for our sports teams actually who went away to tournament week. We're a community who's driven by sport.
We are currently Kei Te Wāhi Whakawhiwhi. We're at our medal presentation.
Moving on to our 55 kilo category, in third place we have Gemma Spice.
Third place, Gemma Spice, 55 kilo category. E mihi ake ana, Gemma.
In second place with a total of 70 kilos we have Kara Spitch.
In second place, under 55 category, we have Karis.
And representing Lincoln High School all the way down south on a total of
Lincoln High School,
first place in the
55 kilo category,
Midiana Kelly.
Midiana Kelly. E mihi ake rā e hine. E mihi ana hoki ki o kaitautoko I te rānei ki tō hapori. Hiki mai tai.
Ladies, big round of applause.
Ka pai e wahine mai. That was our under 55 category.
Moving on to the 59 kilo category, in second place we
Got the
have
59 kilo category.
Gray.
And in second place we have Kaya. No o tautahi a Kaya.
And in first place for the 59 kilo category, representing
And in first place,
College, we have
representing
Sienna
ACG Parnell College, Sienna Goldstone. Tēnā rā koe Sienna e mihi ake ana. Oh, and we've got a big smile from wahine.
Moving on to the 64 kilo category, in third place we have Petra Pratt Rat.
We've got a 64 kilo category. In third place we have Petra. Ka pai Petra.
In second place with a total of 143 kilos, we have Nevaeh McNair.
Nevaeh McNair. Second place.
And representing Kingsway School with a beautiful 100 kilo clean and jerk and a total of 176 kilos, we have Georgia Theron.
And triple digit athlete, Georgia Theron, with a total of 176 kilos. She takes out today's 64 kilo category.
And moving on to our
Ka pai wahine mā.
weight category for this session, the 71 kilo class.
And to our 71 kilo
Lily Perez.
category. In third place, we have Lily. Again from Waikato, under the coaching of
In second
Gabriel
place, representing
Peach.
Papatoetoe College, Isabel Gabel.
Second place from Rangitoto, Isabel.
And in first place with a total of 150 kilos, representing ACG Strathallan, we have Madeline Agnew.
And in first place, Madeline Agnew with the 150 kilo total.
Thank you to our presenter Paul Jones. Big round of applause for all of our listeners.
A massive round of applause. Ki o tātou wahine te ranei. Aotira, ngā whanaunga, ngā kaiako, ngā kaitautoko. We'll be back for the next session shortly. Kia ora.